Hey everyone, Ryan Truex here. Welcome back. Just wanted to talk real quick about 3 practical tips on getting sober. So how to get sober. For those of you who don't know, I was a drug addict for 3 years in my teens. I primarily did cocaine, but I had done heroin and mescaline and oxys and alcohol and smoked a pack of cigarettes a day, a lot of marijuana, the whole 9 yards. And I've been sober for many years now. It's long behind me. I never think about it anymore. And I just wanted to offer a little advice if you are out there struggling, or if you know somebody who is struggling to get sober. So I really hope that this helps. And again, this is just really practical tips. But number 1 is to tell sober people that you're struggling. I can't stress the importance of this enough. If you don't tell somebody who is sober that you have an addiction, you're completely insulated from help. And if you're only telling people who are addicts and who are immersed in that world, no disrespect to them, but they're not going to be able to offer very much value for your healing and your liberation. So I would highly encourage that you humble yourself. I understand it can be embarrassing and it's challenging to approach people to let them know that you're struggling, but with the resources that we have now, with the internet, online, even YouTube videos like this, you do have resources available to you. So I would encourage you, number 1, to tell people who are sober that you are struggling so that you can get out of that bubble of addiction, number 1. Number 2, and this is a tough one as well, is you want to change your social network. So what that means is when I made the decision to get sober, I cut off all of my drug using friends, all of them. And that seemed harsh at the time, and a lot of my friends were really upset and they didn't understand it. But I had tried several times to get, clean while maintaining those friendships and hanging out with them. And I'm not trying to discourage you. I'm actually trying to encourage you. You're not going to get sober if you're going to hang out with your friends who are also addicts and are immersed in partying. It's just not going to happen. So that doesn't mean that you're weak. It means that it's just not possible. And maybe 1 in a million someone can do it. Okay, fine. But, let's not go down that route. You want to change your social network. You want to be, again, this is an extension off of number 1, telling sober people that you are struggling. Now you want to get involved with sober people. Number 3, and this is an extension off of the first 2, you want to set a daily schedule and stick to it. Because look, I couldn't even finish high school when I got clean. That's how screwed up I was. I didn't even finish my junior year in high school. I went from being an honor student, playing varsity baseball, colleges interested in me for drumming, to literally flunking out and not even finishing. So I had no structure, and that was not doing me any favors. So you want to have structure. You want to set a daily schedule, even if your goal for the day is to just get up by 7 a.m. And even if you don't even know what you're doing for the rest of the day, just start small. Just stop staying up until 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, which is what I was accustomed to doing when I was partying, and certainly when I was doing all of that cocaine. My schedule was completely backwards, and it was impossible to live a productive life. So set the commitment, for yourself to have a productive schedule. Just get up early, and it will feel awkward. It will feel unnatural at first. Drink a gallon of water a day, get ample sleep, get outside, be active. I'm not saying you need to be ripped and get a 6-pack, but just be active. Go for walks, do some reading, listen to some podcasts. Again, try to be around sober people, get in community, don't be isolated, but have a daily schedule, stick to it. I started as humble as working part-time as a bagger for a grocery store. I was so groggy and dealing with these withdrawals at the time that was all the energy I had at that time. I had no motivation. I had just lost my dad to suicide. It was complete chaos. But I was sober, and that was what I was hanging on to. I was struggling, but I was sober. I was bagging groceries, making minimum wage, but I was making an honest living. I wasn't running, errands for dealers anymore. I wasn't doing any of that. I was making an honest living, even though I was barely surviving financially, but you will work your way out of it. You just have to be consistent. You have to be persistent. So to anyone who's struggling with addiction, anyone who knows someone who's struggling with addiction, nobody is beyond redemption. And if I can be clean after all of these years and exercise 6 days a week, live a productive lifestyle, not even think about drugs, not even think about cigarettes or getting high or coke or alcohol or staying up late, look, I'm not special. You can do it too. So I hope this encourages you in regards to getting sober. Once again, let people know who are sober that you are addicted. Get around sober people and set a schedule and stick to it. I sincerely hope that this helps in your journey and you, just like me, can get sober.